I get it because that's what Disney does. Like they are very greedy, you could say. Like their films that were made 40 years ago are still $30.
Yeah, well, it's just like if you're releasing on your
Cars
platform,
2 is $30.
dude, but like they're like, hey, it's $30 on top of the subscription you're paying for. So it's like fucking $39 or whatever it is to watch one movie. And people are like, well, you pay that much for a movie. I don't. I pay maybe $12 max at a movie theater.
Do you get popcorn?
No, I get water.
No? What the hell's wrong with you?
I just get a water bottle at the most.
Okay,
Unless it's like a popcorn flick like Transformers or whatever, where it's like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour explosion movie. Yeah. Maybe
well,
just
let me ask you
popcorn.
This. What's the problem with you being like, hey, I'll pitch in $15 if you pitch in $15 and let's watch it? There you go, son of a bitch. I got you. I fucking got you. All you got to do is sign out after you finish watching it, and then the other person will sign in. Whoever's doing the payment plan, they pay, and then you Venmo them the other half.
So, dude, I'm confused why they don't just release it VOD and make it the $20 that all the other movies have already been doing.
I don't know.
Like, I don't $30 for this, and like I get Disney's like a platform for families. Like I get that, but like holy fucking shit, dude! Trolls 2 wasn't $30. That was like $20.
But it wasn't a Disney film.
No, it was Universal, and they
and it was Trolls 2.
Yeah,
like,
they made.
You're not gonna sell a Battleship Earth or whatever that movie is, and Coco at the same price point.
I don't know. I think it's Disney very much being a monopoly, and I fucking am kind of irked by that.
Yeah, they've always been.
Well, because now it's going to try to justify other platforms to raise that much money to see a film. Like, I understand if independent films did that, just because those need to make their money back to break even. Mulan's going to make money. Disney's not at loss for that. They're not going to take a hit from that.
We're starting this so hot. Why
are
we?
Because it irritated the fuck out of me. I was taking a shit, and then like I saw that, and like I just finished my shit. Like I was like, well, that's it. What?
How many times do you poop?
What?
How many times? Like a week?
A week?
How many times a week do you shit?
Probably
or is it more daily?
It's like once a day.
Well, once a day. Yeah, that's a healthy shit. That's healthy.
I have a schedule. I know the time that'll probably like escape the withholding.
Oh, okay. But how long do you withhold it then? Do you really like schedule it out to be like if a second one's coming, you're like, not until Tuesday.
No. No.
All right.
Anyways, okay, we're doing stuff different with this.
It's your show, man.
No, okay, we're doing stuff different with this episode. I am not recording an intro like I usually do. And this is super bright. Hold on. Bitch. Okay. So I'm not recording an episode like I usually do, or an intro like I usually do. Just because this week's kind of chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have time for that, and this is the last second on my end. And thanks for coming back. Dude, you're the first one to come back a second time.
Technically even a third time, if you really want to make it like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I did try
You had to have brought me on because I guess you want some interesting thing out of me. So I'm going to do my best with this one. I'll give my best shot.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, before we were recording, we were kind of talking about you filming something, right? Like a freelance project.
Oh, well, it's just my company, Real Good Video. We're going through COVID and getting jobs and working through those jobs through COVID.
So what is the jobs like COVID?
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, except you wear a mask and make sure that you're not like, because I'd imagine it's tough for me to say what the difference is between COVID and non-COVID, because I started the business right before COVID happened. So there's not like I have a ton of experience before. But I'm assuming that there's a lot more. You can position people. You could put them to where you want them to be. Maybe like a little bit more like hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
When with this, it's a lot of, you have to kind of like direct them in where to go and what positions. And there's just kind of like, for instance, this last commercial that I've been working on is for a school that has 4 different locations. And so I had to be around all of the kids through all of the shooting yesterday. And half of me was terrified of that, because it's just like kids don't know boundaries, and they really didn't. Like one kid would show up with a flower pinned right against the lens, and then I'd be like, please back away. And it's just, you got to work with what you can with kid stuff, and let alone filming and them understanding that you're filming and not looking directly at the lens while you're trying to like get a shot. Oh no, just turn around, Timmy, look at the teacher.
And that'd be tough though, especially now that schools are planning on reopening.
Yeah, well, this school's already open. Yeah, this is a school that might even be year round. I don't know, but it was all like 3 to 12-year-olds, and they all had different classes. And they have locations in Sandy, Murray, Salt Lake.
What if? Okay, hear me out. What if one of those kids, and let's hope they don't, but what if one did in fact test positive for COVID? Do you think
they would have known before they got him in? They do temperature checks at the beginning.
But symptoms are delayed. That's the flaw of the thing, is like you don't know for certain.
Here's the thing. If you look at any graphs or any pictures that show the one person with a mask, one person without a mask, all that shit, it is true. If you're wearing a mask, you're definitely still protected if even somebody else doesn't have one and is right on you breathing. And that's not saying that was the case. Like, I'm short, but I'm not 2 feet tall. So I'm not face to face with these kids. They're like down to my hips or something. So if I have to kneel down to get a shot and they're getting close, that's kind of where you just turn your head a little bit. You don't have to, it's all about working around stuff. But if you're going in like terrified about that, then what are you doing? Like, then don't film. If you're worried about the risk, then I don't know. You got to be confident that you're taking the safety measures you are.
That's why I am not doing that.
Well, when was that picture taken of Emily?
That was actually taken over the weekend.
Well, there you go.
We were COVID free. We were COVID safe. We were 6 feet apart.
See, that's how do you know? It's a delayed. See, I twisted it on you.
Whoa, no.
Twist.
Because you're
Twisted
talking.
It.
No,
and she has kids, so twisty.
Yeah, but
how about that?
I was talking.
What do you think of that?
I was talking about the symptoms, right? Like temperature check. Symptoms can be delayed.
Did you have a temperature check? Did you check her temperature?
No, we wore masks. We wore masks, and we kept 6 feet apart. The 6 feet apart is the key.
I'm doing the Trump thing. How do you know? How do you know?
Did you watch?
I want to ask you. No, I want to ask you. I'm not leaving this this topic. I want to talk to you more about this picture because it looks really good. What did you do? Where were you at? How did you do it?
The neon photo?
Yeah. And don't be like Instagram and say, I pointed the camera and pressed the button. There's more to that. And you know it. It was neon. It looks very cool. If you guys haven't checked out his Instagram, look at it.
Thank you. Yeah, dude, like I said, just point the camera and take the photo.
No, God damn it. How am I supposed to make this the best episode ever if you're not giving me anything?
So what you do? So
it was with your camera that you got fixed up. No,
I haven't fixed it up yet. No,
but is it the same camera or a different one?
Same camera.
Okay, cool.
No, none of the images came out corrupted this time. So
nice.
It's like a hit or miss, which pisses me off. But no, the thing with shooting neon is you want to underexpose because when you're in post.
And where was this at? Just like
around Salt Lake,
downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So downtown has a lot of cool neon stuff.
Yeah, neon stuff.
A lot of them are actually like tattoo shops. But we were careful to avoid ones that were still open just because you don't want to kind of like intrude on business,
About what time were you over there? It was pretty dark.
Yeah, well, it didn't get dark till like 9:45, like is when it started getting dark. So when we went out like at 10:30 and
jeez,
went on a small neon photo shoot. Yeah.
Do you have more worry going out later at night with the pandemic and with the protests and police just kind of finding any excuse to mess with anybody?
No, actually.
That's good. As a white male, you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't have any fear of that.
No, I mean, I think the reason I'd be more kind of skeptical is because of like certain areas that we were in for sure. It was kind of, State Street-esque past a certain point, past downtown. So it's kind of not sketchy, but I mean, you should be kind of on guard, if anybody's walking by, just because there's stuff that happens down there, like vandalism. And that's the thing too, is we never walked away from my car, super far from my car, because that's where all my equipment was. So
gotcha.
Yeah, dude. No, we just went out and shot some neon. You just want to underexpose. That's the key. So going back to it, if you underexpose, okay, so like let's say your ISO is at like 640 or 400. 640 is pushing it. So if it's at 400, then in post you can actually bump up the highlights. But you don't want to like bump up the highlights all the way. Like what you really
don't
want to
have the grain already in there from boosting the ISO too much.
Right, and the neon's going to give you grain regardless. So what you should do is actually bring up the shadows more than anything, and then preserve the highlights and just dink with those a little bit. But then you can also change the color, and that allows you to change the color of the neon, and depending on what your workflow is. So like my workflow is going to Lightroom, making the adjustments, then going to Photoshop and doing skin retouching and more sharpening. Like I mean, like my photos are sharp as fuck. Like there's kind of like a photorealism to them more than like not, but. And then I go. Why
haven't you photographed me, Chaz?
Dude, if you want, we can. I'm down.
I've never been asked. So I'd love to.
Yeah, no, because then what I do after that, though, is I go back into Lightroom and make more adjustments. Sometimes I'll increase the sharpness even more. But I mean, it's really just a style thing. But yeah.
Nice.
But
so do you see a lot of difference between photography and videography and how you're framing people and doing stuff like that?
The one thing I forget is that, so like with videography, if you're shooting at 24 frames per second, right?
Sometimes. I mean, for my commercial, I was shooting at 60. That way I could do some slow motion if I wanted to.
Right. But so like, either if you're shooting at 24 or 60 or 120 for that matter.
30 is like your typical webcam, web series stuff.
Right. And 24 is what's cinema. And I mean, for Peter Jackson, you shoot at 48. But regardless, you always want to double your shutter speed. So like if you're shooting at 24, you want to do it 48, but most DSLRs can only do 1/50th, right? So I forget that taking photographs, I can actually bump that fucker up. And if you want a sharp image, you want at least 250, which is hard to get at night. So really you want a camera that can allow low light sensory,
Yeah.
So
I'll bring my camera too, and then you can show me how to take the picture, and we'll just switch back and forth. You go behind the neon, I'll go behind it.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's really great. Like the one that Emily posted yesterday on her Instagram, it has like.
Was that the theme, by the way? Did you guys just find neon, or was it like a streets?
Dude, we found neon. Like we drove around, we found neon, but
cool.
I was craving so much neon because I was watching Only God Forgives, Neon Demon. And Drive doesn't have any neon. Somebody said it had neon. I'm like, you're full of shit. There's no neon in Drive. It lacks neon, and it could definitely benefit from neon. Still a good movie though. But like, I was just in this mindset of like wanting to do more neon stuff because I used to do it about like a year ago, but then this year has been kind of shit due to a pandemic, right? And I needed to get out of the apartment, so I asked Emily last second. And she's like, "Sure."
Nice.
And we went out and did neon. But I was craving neon, dude. Like I was just like in this mood for neon, and so I got it.
Very cool.
Yeah. But it's fun. Dude, it's fun. You should do neon.
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, but like I was saying though, is like with neon or just like with night photos in general. So like the photo where like you see the reflection on the other side of her, the one she posted yesterday. That's actually my phone next to the lens to reflect off the neon.
Oh, gotcha.
And you can do that with a CD, or you can also do it with a prism.
Oh, I think I've got one of those. One of these things.
What's that?
Like a crystal thing, right?
Yeah. So it gives off some cool flares and some cool color spectrums. It's fun.
Yeah, cool. I have all the stuff. I just need to know how to put them in action. So,
one more thing. What's the aperture of your lens?
It's too much a question. I don't want to look into it.
because I would recommend at least a 1.8. At least.
I think the Sigma can get to 1.2.
1.2, perfect. Yeah, no, the more light you get in, dude, like the better.
I've
especially
got
for night
a
stuff.
Sigma 18 to 30. I've got your regular Canon 24 to 70.
I think 24 to 70 is a 2.8.
I have 2 EFs, actually 3 or 4. I don't know. But then there's just the 3/4 sensors that actually are native to the camera I've got. I want to get a full frame camera one day, but right now this has all of like the technical stuff that I need.
Yeah. So does your camera experience like crop factor, like the 1.6 or 1 point whatever your sensor is?
If you're setting it at like an incredibly slow motion rate, like I can boost slow motion to 180 frames if I want to. And for, I think the GH5, it'll take it to, I think 90% frame. Like it'll cut it a little bit, but it's not super bad. I don't really use it that much for those. The crop only happens when you're switching from the full frame lens to the 3/4. Then it just,
right,
looks different.
Yeah, because the full frame, so the full frame would be the thing to give you the crop. Like I know, like if you, so like I had a T4i Canon before, and that's not full frame. That's a CS or CPAC or something like that. I don't know. It's whatever small sensor that Canon uses. But I know that if I was shooting like on a 50 millimeter EF lens that wasn't for that sensor, it would appear to be like almost a 82 millimeter.
There's definitely like math you have to do between the lenses when you switch them. But I believe my speed booster that I have mounted onto it does help expand it out to be a full frame.
Oh, you have a speed booster? Okay.
I think it's a 0.71 metabones.
See, I've never used a speed booster, so I have no idea how those work.
They're cool, but you can't autofocus for shit. Like everything's got to be handheld manual.
Old school, huh?
Which is fun, but it really makes filming like sporty stuff or people running or anything. Any movement sucks to have to work with.
Yeah. So that's cool. What kind of camera do you have?
GH5, GH5S.
See, I know people who use that. I've never used the camera myself. In college, they actually recommend people get that, or they had it for rent. Or not rent, just so you can lend it out from the school. That was the main camera because it shoots 4K, right?
It can shoot 4K in 60 frames. It can do cinematic 4K. It can do D-Log if it wants. It really has all of the bells and whistles when it comes to that. It just wasn't full frame, which is something that I had it in my head when I was like building up all of the arsenal of like stuff to start the business. But to me, it felt better to have something that had all of the options rather than like, because you can fidget with it and make it a full frame at the end of the day. Yeah. It just isn't completely. I don't know if I would change after that. I mean, maybe I would go for the Sony or the new Canon, whatever thing that they just put out, the R5.
Dude,
R5s are good.
That overheats though.
Not the newest one that they just barely announced the specs for?
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah, that overheats. People on YouTube are already testing it out. But I mean, with that much processing power, I'm not surprised.
Oh, and it can do 10-bit color grading too.
Yeah. What's your dream camera though?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know enough about cameras.
See, I almost switched to a Sony because like I said, I had a T4i and then I upgraded to a 5D Mark IV.
My hesitation is just having to do lenses and switching everything. Like once you go with your brand, you kind of have to stick unless you want to lose a lot of money and pay a lot to get more.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I stuck with Canon, is because of the lens. But I know Sony takes really good low light stuff and they have really good lenses, but they also do a lot of good film stuff too. But there's a thing that like some YouTubers said on his podcast. I think it's Peter McKinnon and Matt something. I forgot how he said his last name. I don't want to butcher it. But they were basically saying that all these people get upset with these cameras not going their way with filming. And then they're like, you have to realize that these cameras are photography cameras that are able to film. So first and foremost,
that's the big difference between those and GH5s, because GH5s are built to be a video camera first and a photography. Most people don't even recommend GH5 or GH5S for photography. It's
I don't know anybody who does it for photography.
they mainly say use it if you can light your subject your own, and with all of the features you can kind of take out whatever you can. They showed a lot of comparisons between this and Blackmagic, and that's what made me go, okay, then I'll go with these.
Ooh, Blackmagic's sexy, and that's the thing too. Though,
The GH5S is really good with low light too.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, if I wasn't into photography at all, I'd have probably gotten more towards like the cinematic cameras, like the Blackmagic or the Canon, was it MK, or no, the Canon CK or whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's gonna bug me. Yeah, you know that thing.
Uh-oh.
Having a brain fart. I don't know, just like one of the Canon cameras. Oh, yeah. The EOS C300. There we go. Sorry, which is a Mark II cinema camcorder. But those are like $8,000 almost.
Yeah, I think with every business, or at least that's where I'm coming from with this. Like, if I were to think about like doing a YouTube video, a GH4 would just be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I could give two shits about like getting the best thing for it. But with business stuff, you can start huge and be like, I have a red camera. Come at me, people. But people are dumb and they don't know that a red camera is something that's like, oh, that's great. You know, what they're after is what you can produce. And if you've got a camera that can do the essentials and can get you a good video, that's what matters more than anything.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
And then once you make the money, that's when you can start, looking into those kind of things. But I don't see that happening, especially because of the pandemic, until a while.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, even if somebody gets a red camera, you have to know how to use the red camera. Just because you have a red camera doesn't mean that you're a great filmmaker.
I still don't. I'm still not 100% sure how to use some of these cameras. And
yeah. There's stuff I don't know with my camera. I have to Google and YouTube. YouTube's my best friend, especially when it comes to like photography stuff. That's how I learned how to do like a lot of the neon, low lighting stuff, is all these photography videos and just experimenting with it. But
for sure.
Anyways, that's a long intro, dude.
Was that the intro?
That was the intro.
Jesus, I thought we covered a broad spectrum of things.
I'm doing it different. I don't know. I'm doing it different.
All right.
I want to touch on something that was because this weekend, and I thought this would be fitting to have you on here too, because this weekend is the One Story One Community live screening event.
Yeah. You're in it.
I am in it.
You're in it twice.
I am in it twice, but I believe. Yeah, I don't know. I have to work out some kinks still. I have questions, but
you're in it Saturday for your film Night of Adventure, and then you're hosting Sunday.
Yep, that is a thing. That is a thing.
What are you more excited about, premiering the movie or being the hostess of the mostest?
I'm actually excited to watch other people's works.
Yeah, so host is a little better.
I mean, yeah, actually, and I think. So like with my film, I actually requested 2 other people from the project to do the Q&A just to give them some time, like shine the light on them for their hard work.
Sure.
Because I've lived with this movie for almost 2 years. So like actually 2 years ago yesterday. I love
how directors always say I've lived with this movie like it's some burden.
No, like
this has been on me for 7 years.
2 years ago today is actually when we shot the first scene.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and I didn't know that until Lorenzo sent me a thing on Snapchat. So that's cool, I guess. But yeah, are you excited for it? Are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, I'm hosting Saturday. And yeah, I'm happy to have been asked, and it's a virtual thing, so we're gonna have to see what.
COVID free, and it is free,
but virtually is the thing that I guess we've got enough sound effects and enough shit that we do that we already kind of know how to entertain virtually.
Yeah, we do.
So that will help,
dude. Let's talk about your show too. I want to talk about your show.
Which show?
Gaggle of Geeks.
Our show? You mean you're part of it?
I know, but like you're like the soul of it. Without you,
Thanks.
There is no Gaggle of Geeks. There is no gag.
No one gags without a geek.
Kinky.
Right? No? Okay.
Some BDSM shit. Dude, what kind of BDSM would a geeky nerd be into?
Anything related to pirates.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
So
Anything related to, I don't know, American Horror Story is all bondage and shit. So if you're a fan of that, you're already a little kinky itself, you know? True Blood, there's tons of stuff with True Blood.
okay, what season of American Horror Story is the most kinkiest?
I haven't watched it.
Oh.
So I'll say maybe the first season because I watched like 3 or 4 episodes.
First season's pretty good. I've only watched up to the third season.
Black latex suit guy. That was really the only thing that really stuck to me afterwards. Was just like that guy. And it's David Schwimmer, right? Is that guy?
Yeah, but do you know the twist to that season?
If I did, I don't remember.
Fuck, dude. Okay, can I tell you the twist? This is
spoilers alert.
Yeah, this is spoiler. But also, it's been out for almost 10 years. Like, go fuck yourself. Okay. So if I remember correctly, so their daughter is actually dead the whole time, or you find out she's dead, and she finds out she's dead halfway through. And the suit guy ends up raping the mom and she gets pregnant, right? Like kind of like a Rosemary's Baby kind of incident. The suit guy is actually the teenage boy that the daughter talks to.
Yeah, it still went past me. I'm sure it's a good twist. And I'm sure the film is good. The series is good too. Like I heard that it had some good stuff and, you know, but.
Yeah, I've only seen the 3, but I think from what I've seen, like preview wise, I think Hotel looks pretty kinky.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen nothing but it's from Ryan Murphy, and that guy likes kinky. Glee was if anything kinky.
I only saw a few episodes of Glee.
Oh, so that's the difference. I was in high school pretty into that show. It was pretty good. But then we found out that every person in Glee had some horrible backstory or something tragic happened to them. Or they just straight up went to prison.
I think the reason I wasn't so into it is because like any show that was like on Fox 13 or Channel 13 or whatever, you know, it seemed like so cableized. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like The Simpsons?
Like I didn't even get into The Simpsons. Yeah, I couldn't do it. But
you don't like The Simpsons?
I like The Simpsons, but I just can't get I can't binge watch it like other people can.
Whoa!
I know.
Damn.
I know. That's
gonna get you slapped if you say that in public.
I will say, hey, however, I did take a cartoon class in school where we had to talk about the social commentary.
All right, so you were forced to. That doesn't make it any better. You had to have a grade for it.
Did we watch South Park, Futurama, Simpsons?
I'm glad that you had a teacher that had taste and made you do that.
The only cartoon I will watch, and look forward to watching, is Rick and Morty.
No, I watched the Sunday animation. You know, Sunday animation was the day where you got your Simpsons, you got your King of the Hill, you got your Family Guy. Those were the 3s.
I've been meaning to check out King of the Hill. I see memes about it.
Damn it, Bobby! Yeah, that's a good one.
Propane. All I know is
that one would be great for the time today. Like that would be great because it's just a bunch of freaking rednecks.
Well, speaking of Mike Judge, I actually watched what's that movie called? Starts with an I. It's on HBO.
Oh, Idiocracy?
Yeah, Idiocracy. I finally caught that because
that's a good movie. It was ahead of its time.
I don't think so, but okay.
Oh, I think it was. It had a lot of good themes to it. Maybe it's not as funny as it was, but it's kind of like a Simpsons episode when you watch it and you're like, oh shit, they got a lot right. And I don't think they were intending to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it dropped my IQ, which I guess is the point of the movie.
That's all I've been watching lately. I'm all in for that. Inject that shit in my fucking veins if it's going to ruin my brain.
What have you been watching lately? Still 90 Day Fiancé?
You heard of Love After Lockup?
No.
Okay, so this is where somebody who either has been in a relationship with an inmate or just started a relationship and has never met an inmate is getting released from prison, and they're basically have a camera crew to watch their relationship go from there. So a guy gets out of prison or a girl gets out of prison. This person has either been sending them thousands and thousands of dollars, and everybody is like, what the hell are you doing? And they're like, it's an inmate and I love him. And none of them have good teeth. That's the first thing I love about the show. You can always tell good trash by how well the teeth of the characters are. Half of them have none, and it's perfect.
Okay.
All the inmates have either like robbery or drug charges. None of them have been violent from what it looks like, but yeah, it's insane. It's like 90 days, but if you found more stuff from a sewage plant, you know? If like 90 Day Fiance was a dumpster, this is a sewer.
Ouch. What's below that then? Like, what's the next stop?
I don't know. I think we've only gotten to this. Like, our depravity knows no bounds when it comes to reality TV. Because I've been watching the higher class, honestly, has been Real Housewives. Like Real Housewives of the Potomac has been pretty good.
What's that about? I have no idea. I'm so
there's like
touch with
10
reality.
There's like 10 to maybe 500 different housewives, and they actually just did one in Salt Lake. So there's a Real Housewives of Salt Lake coming out soon, and each area has their own group of people that are crazy. I sent you the video of that lady pulling out her amputated leg to prove a point, right? That's the shit that they do, and it's hilarious. Like, nobody told her to do it, and you could tell that she's like fashioning it off as she's talking, and then throws it down on the table.
So it's pre-planned on her end. She's like, I know what I have to fucking do.
Well, a lot of the housewives are kind of like either in it for the show. Like at the beginning of the first few seasons of New York, there's a lot of like, get this on camera stuff. So they're very aware of what's going on, and maybe they're upping it a little bit. But lately, there's just a lot of drama with most all of the cast members. Like New York, they're just going into a restaurant and they just fuck shit up. It's like the worst group to ever go to a restaurant, get super drunk, dance on the tables, scream, have a big fight, and that's the end of the episode. It's great. Rinse and repeat.
See, I think the only my mom watches Sister Wives.
Yeah, that one's there's oh shit, what's the one Smothered? Woof.
What's Smothered?
That's a rough one. It's like 40-year-old women that still have their moms dress them and take care of them. It's insane.
No,
or like they'll take their mom to get a Brazilian wax, not for the mom, but like to watch them get waxed.
Okay, why do the parents allow that? Let's ask that question.
I don't know. Why is there a camera crew? And why have I watched 2 episodes? Because it's there and I want to see it.
Did you like the reality show?
There's a show called Love on the Spectrum.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
That's on Netflix, right? Netflix is releasing
Love on the
these,
Spectrum.
Yeah,
That's with people that have Down syndrome or are autistic. That's actually surprisingly heartwarming. Yeah. There's an Indian matchmaking show. There's so much garbage, dude. And you got to balance the garbage with the good. That's how you get through life right now.
Yeah.
You do an Inception week, you do a Christopher Nolan week, and then you just get down in the gutters.
I've been watching Veep. I've been watching Veep.
Veep
just
is
so you
great.
know.
Veep is high quality, like perfectly written comedy.
Because you've turned me on to that.
What season are you on?
3.
Oh, 3 is a good one. That's when Richard shows up, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Richard. He's my favorite.
But here's the thing. So I'm not to get political, okay? But hear me out. Today.
No, to get political about Veep, a show about politics.
Well, no. So how do you pronounce it? Axios, that political website.
Oh yeah, the Trump interview.
Yeah, that got released, and I felt like I was watching a fucking Veep episode.
Yeah, wait till you get to the last season. They really just because between the 6th and the 7th season, Julie Louis-Dreyfus got breast cancer, and they weren't sure that the show was coming back because she had to go into chemotherapy and get taken care of. So when they come back, there's just this different energy to the entire thing. Like when Brooklyn Nine-Nine came onto NBC, there's just a whole new gratefulness that they're doing it. And Trump got elected between those 2 seasons. So they were like, fuck, we can do whatever we want now. Jonah's character arc is insane in that last season.
Bad insane.
I'm not going to tell you. It's hilarious, but I
love him, dude. He's my favorite character.
Yeah. Is this the season where Selena finally becomes president too?
I don't know. Don't spoil anything. I don't know.
If you're on season 3, it starts with that.
No, it doesn't.
Where, where
She's running.
what's his name?
She's thinking about running for it.
Are you sure? I think you might be on season 2.
No, I just finished season 2. So they're thinking about running for it. And then she says that she can't run for it, right? Because the president's still staying in. But then he announced he's not, and so she says, "Oh, I can actually do this."
Yeah.
And then
the thing.
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
going to spoil it. Like the part where it turns out that he is dropping out and he's taking care of his wife and she's now the president. But it's just like acting president. She still has to run, but she is the president right now because the duties fall to her to become the president.
Fuck. I don't know. I don't know. I'll watch it tonight and I'll keep you updated.
Dude, it's so good. And when Richard shows up and Ken and Ben, like those three really, it's like in Parks and Rec when Chris and Ben show up. Like everything just goes up a little. And it's like, ooh, this is cool.
That's a good comparison.
And it's a different writer as well. Now it's a Seinfeld writer that is heading up the season.
Larry David?
No, not Larry David. But I love that they're like in each other's shows, kind of. Well, Larry David isn't in Veep. That would have been interesting.
Dude, Larry David
would have worked well in Veep. I think he would have been fantastic.
Yes, because especially number one, I think we know that he could play a political figure from SNL when he plays Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, did you know they're related? Fun fact.
Yeah.
I could see it, dude. The baldness. Do you get it?
It's there. Yep. The relentlessness.
I think that'd be a fun crossover. But I mean, like the latest season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, how like not only did that make fun of Trump, but also made fun of the cancel culture and like everything, and it still feels relevant, even though that just ended like 2 months ago. Can you believe that,
good.
Dude? It feels like it's been forever since like these shows have ended, but it's only been a few months.
Yeah, probably it's just been a couple months, huh?
Yeah,
because I remember it was still going through the pandemic, so it was like nice to still have something.
Yeah, and then
but I've still got all of my shows that are still going. Like I looked in the dumpster and was like, what do I got?
Well, good for you, man. I've just been watching basketball and playing basketball on my PS4.
You got to dive into some junk, man.
I don't know if I can do it. I already feel like
just start with like Storage Wars. Start with something easy.
House Hunters.
Oh, whatever.
Let's ask that question. Like, what is the best reality show?
I haven't seen enough to say that, but
you haven't
definitely
seen it?
The best one right now is 90 Day. Like 90 Day is trending every Sunday.
I don't know, dude.
Especially because there's a lot of people in Utah that are from 90 Day.
You surprised?
Like Asuelu? Oh no, not at all. In fact, it makes more sense that people from Utah are doing this 90 Day shit than anyone else in the country. Do you know why?
No.
Missionaries.
Because
the missionary goes to a foreign country, says, I've got that fever. I want to go get someone from there. They come back and then they're like, I don't have money. Maybe I should do this show 90 Day. And that's how I'll get to go back and, Because there's a lot of behind the scenes shit where you find out like some of them weren't even dating, or like there's a lot of problems with like one person, or I guess one couple that started towards the beginning. They're in deep trouble. Like one of them's getting arrested for something.
For what?
I don't know. You bring trash, you get trash, You put someone like that on a show and they look kind of sketchy and maybe have an arrest warrant. Like, that's just what you got to have to deal with.
Dude, that's like Tiger King over again.
A lot of them could be Tiger King characters.
The cat lady. What's her face? Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. How do you not know that name?
Carol Baskin. Oh, you cool cats.
Carol Baskin.
I actually almost posted a status like that on my Facebook. It was because I found out how you can help your parents or anybody for that matter with tech problems, and it's called just getting on a Zoom call with them and then requesting control over their computer. Doing what you need to, and then just
that's nice.
Done. And they're like, "Well, how'd you do that?" You're like, "Don't worry about it. Don't fucking touch it."
Yeah.
Just leave it.
I know that.
So,
Nice.
but I was gonna say, like, all you cool cats and kittens, I just found out a cool hack, if you will, in technical terms. Zoom hack.
Zoom hack.
That's a real thing, though. Like, I don't know. Is that funny? I don't know if that's funny. That's not funny to get hacked, but.
Well, if you're asking for it.
What are you saying, Patrick?
I don't know. I'm saying what I'm saying.
But hey, is that Mad Max poster new behind you?
It has usually just been right here, but I finally moved it over to that side.
Yeah, that's new.
Mm-hmm. And then behind the chair is the Dark Knight poster that used to be right there. But now Jurassic Park is. It just makes the room a little bit nicer looking, I think. Not as like crowded. The Whiplash poster's gone. It's downstairs.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah, it's an enormous poster for a tiny room, so there was no point in putting it up.
Put it in your garage. Have you been using the green screen in your garage?
No, not yet. The plans we had are not really doable right now with the green screen. Unless you're willing to show up live for Gaggle of Geeks and we actually do, we're actually here and we get somebody virtually or something.
That'd be fun.
Because that's the only way. I was seeing a lot of different stuff with like someone engineering on this side, doing other shit down there. But the more the show started going, the more it was just like, we're virtual until further notice.
Yeah, that's kind of how to hit.
Yeah, but I don't know. It will. One thing that people don't realize, and I know it seems like it's going to be forever, it will go away soon. Like eventually things will get back to normal if we can just stop being stupid.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, if you didn't see the interview with Trump, it's kind of
I know. Normalcy is hard to come by right now, but I think enough people can see him for what he is at this point.
Dude, like I was expecting the graphs to have fucking crayon drawings all over it.
Well, what was great was every time he had to be refuted, he'd be like, "Excuse me, I'm talking. Excuse me, I'm talking." That was the cognicy test that he didn't pass, was that interview. Like, forget the actual thing that he passed. Let's just talk about your sentences and how they can't be structured correctly when you're talking.
Yeah, our deaths are the best in the world. And then like it cuts to the guy's reaction and he's like,
or we have less deaths than the world. He's like, what does that mean? What are you talking about, dude? And then he's like, oh, you're looking at the deaths by cases. I'm talking about deaths by population. He's like, you have to look at the cases. Yeah, it was a lot of okay. It was like Chris Wallace, but a little bit worse.
You know what I imagine? So I imagine some intern, like I imagine there's like a rule, if you will, like the rule number 1 of Fight Club, right? The rule number 1 of Trump Club is that you give him numbers that will please him. And so I wonder if some intern just wrote down all those words and stuff on the graphs to fit his narrative, and everybody else just like, let's hope he doesn't fuck this up, like it's gonna blow our cover. And then that whole interview just got blown up. And
well, it might be I think anything Trump does, he does intentionally to distract us from something worse that has happened. So I think the fact that our economy report has come back being worse than what the Great Depression was is pretty fucking bad. So maybe him showing up on camera being a dumbass has taken away from that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that's like, we're all just looking at this baboon showing us his ass. Meanwhile, everything's on fire. But the baboon just pulled something out of his ass. So we have to look back and something even crazier has happened.
Yeah.
It's never ending. So hopefully in November, it can end.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't want to think about what ifs. We're not going to think about what ifs.
Positivity.
I know.
Because if you're just in here going, we're never going to get out of it, then that's going to be tough to navigate through 2021.
I mean, it's kind of a hard mentality, though. I mean, like, because I was texting, was it last week or this weekend? I don't know. That, like, you know, like the pandemic is finally taking its toll. And like I was being kind of like, ugh, I don't want to do anything.
I've been getting stir crazy too.
But But like you said, I mean, you have to stay positive. And I don't know. I think doing the podcast and talking about movies and shit and passions and stuff, I think it's fun.
Well, that works. And then just kind of like cutting off your train of thought, because it's tough to stop like nothing's getting better. What if, but like if you stop it and then just give yourself one little, like, what if this works out? That's enough.
It
like,
diffuses everything. Yeah.
Yeah. What if things work out? What if my hard work does pay off?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many what if things don't work out. Give yourself what if one does.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like that thought too, because like I don't know who made the comparison, but it's kind of like you kind of showed it there, where you say something negative, but you have to keep saying something negative to add more to it, right? Like it's a train, like you said, like of going nowhere. But the second you add the positivity side to it, it like just that one sentence of like, what if it does work out? That outweighs all the negative stuff that you put into it. Like it's more effort to be negative than it is to be positive. And I don't know, like it's hard to see past that.
Positivity can be stronger if it's not stupid. That's the way I think of it. Like if you get cynical, people get cynical towards it.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, I don't know, just keep taking it one step at a time. At least you're not in love after lockup.
Yes.
That, and really, you don't want to be. One bitch is juggling two guys that look literally exactly the same. They both look like Britney Spears' husband, Kevin, whatever his name is. But like, and she looks like who was that person? Anna Nicole Smith were inflated like a balloon and then popped.
Who's that?
It's too old for you. You're too young. You don't know the Trim Spa baby girl.
No.
You know what Trim Spa is?
No.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. Chaz. Look up Trim Spa commercials.
Dude, you can't age me. We're like essentially
Anna
the same
Nicole
age.
Smith, bro.
She dated
like a 90-year-old man and then died.
Dude, we are basically the same age.
Then I have no excuse for you. You don't watch The Simpsons? You don't know what Trim Spa is?
Trim Spa?
Yeah. You don't know the Trim Spa, baby? That commercial.
No.
Dude, then you're out of it.
I'm pulling up on Google right now.
Oh, yeah.
Trim Spa. She looks like one of Donald Trump's ex-wives.
Exactly. And now picture somebody stuck like a basketball inflator into her lips and she went until it popped. And then two guys are really fighting for her. But they can't fight because they're on parole. So it's just a lot of like, country ass bitch. No, you're a country ass bitch. And then she's like slapping both of them. Like she's the actual violent person in the situation. Like she'll straight up attack them. And the cameraman is just, that's the thing I love about the reality shows is thinking about the cameraman. It makes me so happy, especially when things are crazy. It's like, oh my God, that poor dude.
Dude, can you imagine like the sound guy too? Having to get like
some of them have been sexually assaulted by cast members. There was a big thing in Potomac last season about one of the girls' husbands slapping the cameraman's butts when he went past him. And finally they had to put a lawsuit up against the guy. And it was this big thing that happened in the tell-all. And yeah, like that kind of drama, they don't shy away from it. They're just like, let's talk about it. Andy Cohen is crazy. He's a madman.
So one of the
wife's husband is slapping men's butts and saying he would suck that guy's sausage in public places. Wow. Yeah, and the other housewives would hear it and be like, Ashley, what's going on? And she's like, oh, we already know about that. It's not a big deal. And so there's a lot of like disillusion and like awful denial about these crazy situations. And now she just got a baby with him. And there's some hints because the season just started again, I think Sunday. And the little previews shows that apparently he did something again. Like he asked some girl to come to a hotel or something. But it's funny. It's good shit, man.
Man, they have
if you like drama and if you don't have enough drama in your life and you want to just vicariously live through a different person's, it actually makes your drama a little bit better. Like, it's more tolerable because it's like, Jesus, at least that's not happening. Like, people are throwing knives at each other, all kinds of shit.
Dude, I couldn't do that.
And I like Potomac because of the witty banter. They're very smart, but they say a lot of good shit. It's like, awesome. Yeah, it was a good burn.
Why don't you have any of those the sound bites from that show?
On the podcast? Because there's so many episodes that it's tough to go through them. Like
the one that you showed me, like the one that you and Natalie showed me, the guy calling his wife a bitch, a dumb
Which
bitch.
One? Where I think I used the line on you already on Instagram. There's a New York, no, it's Beverly Hills, where they're just at a dinner table talking, and one of the wives is about to talk, and then she gets interrupted immediately. And this is the line word for word: "Shut your fucking face! I've had enough of you, you beast." And then the person's like, "Beast? How dare you?"
That's the word they freak. Like, how dare you?
I've had enough of you, you beast, is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Like, what? It's good.
Dog.
You can't write shit like this, you know? Like, I think most stand-up comedians are getting their shit from Real Housewives. If I'm being completely honest, it's all of the reality shows that they have to watch waiting for their show, because they don't have to do anything until like 8 at night, right? So they're just busy sitting in the hotel, jerking off, doing whatever they want. And so they're probably watching a lot of shit like this, which is like, that's a crazy situation. I wonder how I could put that in my bit.
Have you ever thought about pursuing comedy, like stand-up?
This is the closest we're going to get to that.
See, I've thought about it.
I'm too short. The minute I go up, I can't even be around children without getting mocked about my height. Something just yesterday, I walked in, and kids have a way of just finding that innermost, deepest flaw that you wouldn't want to talk about to anybody and just pointing it right at your face. So I go in, and the person that's the director that's been taking me through the stuff is a little bit taller than me. I'm already kind of short to begin with. Yeah. We go in. I immediately look at this kid who points at me and says, "She's taller than you."
Do kids do that though? Because like, I remember I used to. It was at I think it was at my parents' like reception kind of party when they came back from Hawaii from getting married, and my grandparents held like this get together in the backyard, right? And all their old people friends were there, and I was going around saying which ones had turkey necks and which ones did not have turkey necks. I think it's just like, that's the thing that kids do. And I had to get told to knock it off because I'd start laughing at people's turkey necks.
Oh God. I think I know also, like, speaking of turkey necks, why I'm interested in all of these housewife shows. It's because you need a series. And right now, every series that we've been watching is kind of on hold. Like the MCU's on hold, and you need lore. You want to be in a universe. And so I'm in the Real Housewives in the 90-day universe right now.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. They're not superheroes by any means. In fact, they're quite the opposite. They're pretty awful people, but it makes life bearable, I suppose. You should watch some 90-day. Watch next episode and tell me you're not a little bit entertained, if not completely confused.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. And the new ones that come out, I think you need like YouTube TV or Hulu TV or something.
Yeah. I'll check out one episode.
So good. I will get a sound effect though. I know a few already that, like, maybe it's because we use them already. Me and my wife use them in the house all the time anyways. It's just like, I don't know.
Because I did laugh when that guy called it his 90-day fiance woman like a dumb bitch or whatever in the backseat.
Lying bitch. I love that so much. Yeah. And then the last time, so he has a family in Samoa that are coming over to the States and are in Washington currently. And this last episode, they decided to take a trip up. But his family, and I have to preface this by saying, I don't think this is Samoan culture. I spent my mission in Hawaii and I've been around Samoan people, and I just don't see this being the case. I do know that, and I'll get into a story later, that money is interesting when it comes to the culture and helping with families and stuff. But his family are talking to him and his wife, who have 2 kids. They're young. They've only got one job, to give them $1,000. They just want $1,000. Like anytime they come on video, they're like, "Where's my money?" to their son, and he's like, "I will get you the money," and they're doing this on the webcam and like this. It's like, what are you doing? And they instead, because the wife obviously was like, "We're not giving your family $1,000. How are we going to pay rent next month?" They decide instead to go to a Hawaiian thrift shop store in St. George because they live in St. George and that's where I'm from. So I'm watching all this like, that's where I rode my bike. Like, what is going on right now? And they went to a Hawaiian place just to buy Samoan food and stuff. So instead of giving them money, they're going to a supply shop that's not in their island and giving them food from where they're at as a kid. That it seems that's like if somebody went to give me like, I wanted $1,000 and you gave me a bunch of top ramen, overpriced, incredibly expensive top ramen. It's like $48 because it's from a different place. It's a great show, dude. There's so many weird things.
Well, okay, that brings like a question to mind then. Let's say that like a producer came to you and they're like, we want to make a reality show based off of your life.
Nah.
What would the narrative be?
I know what it does to you. It fucks you up, dude. Those people aren't good. And they didn't join good already.
All right, but so then let's talk about like a serious reality show called.
I was almost going to be on one. Didn't we talk about this already?
You did. Yeah, you and your brother, correct?
No, just me. He was the first person to get like asked for it, but he had kids and a wife, and he couldn't.
It was over in Denmark,
Sweden.
Okay, see,
Altsvesvedia.
Yeah. Okay. No, let's say like a documentary crew says they want to like document your life. What would the narrative be?
Wow, he spends a lot of time in the bathroom. Like there's nothing entertaining about it. It's just like, wow, we haven't really filmed anything, and it's been 4 hours, and I'm just like playing video games, doing thing.
Seems all right.
Only I think Friday will be the most that they'd get anything, and it's just me shitting my pants like, we're gonna do a show, and then we do the show.
You excited for this Friday?
Yeah. What do you think the topic is going to be?
I actually don't know.
Are you excited?
I'm always excited to do it, dude. I always look forward to Fridays.
You didn't expect Landon to be in it, right?
No, I did not.
Yes. Yeah, man. Landon's in it, and Dwayne from Cinemania World, the guy that I spent Sundance with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's super cool. And he's got a shit ton of, like, he records 6 times a week is what he told me. And he has his main Cinemania World, and he's got like, he's branched out to make it like 5 different podcasts in one thing. Like he's been working hard.
Like, how would you keep track of that though?
I don't know. When he said that, my mind exploded. I was like, that would be rough. Just even thinking about doing the tags on each thing. It's like, I don't want to do that.
Dude, that'd be such a bitch.
But I did talk about Jay about doing a silly show about sandwiches.
What'd you think about his little bit?
Well, he did that in response. I sent him a message telling him, look, PB&J, a podcast for sandwiches. That's all it is. And then we'll just spell out the word J, have it be J. And then all we're talking about is sandwiches. 1 sandwich per episode.
Dude, that'd be fun.
It makes no sense, but it would be interesting, right?
I mean, dude, like people say you could make podcasts about literally anything. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. We could talk about what breads to use. And that's when he put the video up. It was really confused me because I didn't say we're going to do that. I was just asking what he thought of it. I thought the name was good.
Dude, that's fun. Is he going to do it?
I think he's down. I have to figure out how we'll do it then. It might be a morning thing.
Yeah, dude. That sounds like
I want to do morning shit. Yeah, I'm tired of doing it at like 3 or 4. It doesn't seem like we get a ton of people.
Yeah, but most people also work during the day.
What do you think is a better time to put Gaggle of Geeks out?
Gaggle of Geeks?
Yeah, when do you think the 3 to 4 hour time frame isn't very good?
For like Facebook Live?
4 o'clock? Yeah. Or would you say maybe we should have it be a late show?
I don't mind it being 3 to 4 because like it gives you the time for the night. But I mean, if you're trying to look for like viewers and stuff, and
where do you think our audience is, though, Chaz? Where are they?
I don't know.
Are they in the night?
I don't know what your numbers are on Anchor. I don't know. Does that give you stats of like who
Oh
listens
yeah,
to
it
it and
should
when?
give you everything. And you can sign in just with the same stuff from the YouTube and stuff.
Oh, can you? Okay. Because I know it's
I
like,
think we don't have a lot. I know that for
with
sure.
Podbean, it gives you some stats too. That's one I use for mine. But like somebody listened to my podcast in Ireland, which I thought was kind of cool.
So we got 251 total plays. Yeah, not a ton. As far as people, we've gotten some France, we've gotten some Germany, Canada, Ireland. 9% are in Ireland, more than the others. That's weird.
Total plays.
And look at this, Chaz. If you thought that we weren't going to pay you, oh man, we've got $1.30. That alone will pay for our Zoom bill.
Shit, dude. I what do you want to call it? I applied for the Podbean's ad thingy for this.
Mm.
And so I always listen to episodes on like Spotify or whatever just to see if like an ad's plugged in because they automatically do it.
Yeah.
Haven't hit the mark yet, so I'm like, okay.
What were your plays?
My
Does it
plays,
show
like,
how many your total plays are?
my all time.
Yeah. I think that's what mine shows. Like all time is 251.
Wonder if I can. They changed their fucking thing around. Oh, stats. Overview.
Make me tell everyone my stats, and you're like, oh yeah, interesting.
So for as long as this has been around, 639.
Boom, there you go.
It's kind of cool because there's like a graph and there's actually a lot of increases.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun.
See, what if things do work out?
I mean, I guess they will. I don't. Spain. I have one in Spain.
What if your hard work pays off?
I have two in Russia.
Oh well, those are bots. I have no Russians.
What is it? Australia? Dude, I got
Good.
3 from the down under. They're
Nice.
probably like over and under. That's an Australian podcast, right, mate?
Huh, they might. They actually might. I think Gaggle of Geeks, if I remember before we put it up, it was some radio shows thing, some Australians radio show.
Oh, really?
Mm. Not anymore. We overtook it. Fuck them. They only had like 30 episodes and they were all bullshit.
Hey, what are you on now?
Think it'll be 27.
See,
the next one, not including like all the interviews and stuff. If you include those, it's probably around 40, maybe more.
The thing with like the main show that we do on Fridays and stuff, like from when we first started to where we are now, like it definitely has a more set structure, to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like
but also very loose at the same time.
Oh, it's very loose.
Like at the same time, we really don't know where we're going.
Yeah, but I mean, like I don't know, it's fun. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that you like it and that it's not been a chore on Fridays.
No, dude. Because I also like on some of my like Twitter stuff, I'm like, oh, co-host of another podcast, right? Boom. I'm okay. Here's a question for you then. Are you going to create social media accounts for that, or are you just going to keep it under your reviews?
We already have social media accounts for it. Yeah, we've got a Twitter. We've got, I believe, I don't think we have an Instagram, but we have a Twitter. We've got all the playlist, all the Spotify stuff, and the podcasts are on, I think, 8 different platforms. And then we have our own YouTube channel too. That's not Patrick Beatty Reviews.
Like, do you have like an actual account for the podcast itself, or like is it linked to your?
Oh yeah, it's an
reviews?
Email. Yeah, it's a full thing.
Really?
I think it's gaggleageekshow@gmail.com.
Oh.
Yeah, I put them up because I figured eventually we're probably gonna have to transition over to it being its own thing.
I found it on Twitter.
Yeah, see, it exists.
It
looks pretty good, right?
It does, and it's actually Gaggle of Geeks. Dude, your username was not taken. That's good. Mine, I have one letter off of mine.
Well, the problem is because I've definitely wanted to have a website, but that domain costs like $1,500, and I refuse to not have just Gaggle of Geeks as the website name.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna do E's, like 3's instead of E's or any of that shit.
Why not gaggle of geckos? Geckos from the ghetto.
Because I think that takes away the whole reason for the show.
It does. I like gaggle of geeks. I like how
like
it's just
bread.
like a swan. A goose? Is that a geese? What is it?
It's definitely a goose.
Dude,
yeah, I like the name. It's good.
I had no idea that you did that. I will put that. I will put that on my thing so I could tag it because I've been tagging stuff.
Oh, nice. We need to find a way to I don't know if we just need to see if anybody would be willing to do this for us or what. But I want someone to be kind of the architect of capturing timestamps and stuff that are good. When we've done something that's funny. Or a soundbite from us that we can take that's not just from the soundboard as well. Maybe even edit down the podcast to have individual clips to put up on the site. There's a lot of extra stuff we could do, but I don't know, that pandemic weight where it's we've got it. It's done.
Yeah, I get that. No, that looks good though. Actually, your design for your banner inspired
the top one.
Yeah, that inspired my design because I'm like, oh my god, you have all the logos up there, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever.
Yeah,
I need to do that, and so thanks for that.
I don't know if it's too much or if it's just right, but I do like having a little banner up to show everything.
Is it on Twitch too?
We've done a few things on Twitch, but I don't think it's actual Gaggle of Geeks. I think it's Patrick Beatty Reviews.
I gotcha. Cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
Is that what you've been up to during pandemic since the last time we've talked? I know episodic wise. So we talked back in June, which is about I don't know. We talked about 2 months ago. You appeared as a guest.
I appeared. Yes.
You appeared. But I mean, episodic wise, it feels like forever. So, hey, welcome back.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
So, cool.
Was that your kicking me off thing? Was that what that was? Is this over?
Yeah. No.
Okay. I guess we can promote One Story again.
Yes, One Story, One Community. This Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. We had one chance, and we had talked about it at the top of the hour, and still.
Oh.
This weekend, y'all, Saturday, Sunday, it costs nothing. Go to Borland Driver Media /One Community and check it out. They've got the full schedule up. Chaz is hosting. He's producing his baby.
Patrick's hosting.
I'm going to be there.
Be there, be square.
Mm-hmm.
Free, COVID free, virtual free. It's
you
free.
Say free COVID? Free COVID.
I mean, if you show up, there might be some coughing. If you hear anybody coughing, at least you know you're safe because it's all virtual.
Oh, look at that. They've even got the live in 3 days thing pulled up.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is happening.
So
there's tons of other people besides us that have much better stuff that are getting showcased, and it's exciting.
Well, that's what I was saying is that it's kind of cool to showcase the talent that because Utah is very talented. It has a lot of talented filmmakers and storytellers across the board. So I thought it was just kind of cool for Michael to put this on and screen.
Yeah. I wonder if I'll do the hosting stuff down in the green screen room. That'll probably be a little bit nicer. I could be standing. I definitely don't want to be sitting and hosting. Doesn't that sound stupid? What are you sitting down for, man? You really are that bored with it that you're gonna sit?
Well, so would you?
This room's too tall. I'd hit my head.
Would you'd hit your head in that?
No, too short. I'd hit my head.
Oh,
I'd come out from under there and just poof. Hey, or I'll just stay seated right there and be like, "Zub, we're gonna talk about it."
You have a glass of whiskey and a cigar.
Yeah, just yeah.
Would you green screen it in the Academy Awards style stage,
or with his backdrop? Have it be the One Story, One Community. Have it look real good.
Damn, dude,
that could be cool. You've got a green screen. You could do it.
I could do it. I'd have to figure out how to set it up and link it to my computer. But yeah,
Have you not figured out how to put it up yet?
I figured out how to put that up. I have had to watch that video so many times
Ha,
to tear that down.
nice. Yeah, it's tough.
But no,
I think that's the main reason why I was like, please take it, because I just hated the collapsing and stuff.
no, I don't mind it. I've thought about using it for like a post-apocalyptic kind of stuff. Then I get down
We can
under.
totally use it for the short film. Have that in the backdrop, and we can green screen shit
Yeah.
like what they do in Marvel films.
Yeah, but they have tracking and stuff. They go more in depth with it.
Yeah, but we don't need to look as good as a Marvel film. We just need to be able to do the same stuff. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like, if we know the process ish, like, I feel like we'd be cheating ourselves, being like, yeah, we knew you had to do that, but we decided not
Hack. You hack it. That's what you do.
But
Guerrilla
that makes us a
filmmaking.
bunch of hack jobs. We're not hack
Guerrilla
jobs.
filmmaking, man. Kevin Smith was a hack at the beginning for Clerks. It's black and white because they couldn't afford color footage.
But it works.
They made what they can.
It made it what it is.
Exactly, which is what got him to the top. So
That's not.
doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. It's that you've done it that counts.
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Is that the final word of Patrick Beatty?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm going to be very nervous for you coming up as a host for this, but like, just make sure you guys know it's better be perfect. Every film. I see one mistake out.
Yeah, it's like it cuts back. I'm like, seriously? You fucking did that?
How did that cut back to him? We didn't mean to do that.
No, I will not do that. No,
He's like, I made myself the host.
I am very much excited to witness everybody.
Just make sure your porn folder is closed before you start hosting.
Dude, my short film's porn. Don't you know?
I think they don't. Maybe they don't.
It's
They're
not
just
called.
like,
It's not called Night of Adventure for nothing, dude. It's a voyeuristic film.
yep. Well, the poster looks very Brazzersy.
Yeah, dude. It's like 2 girls, 1 cup status.
I see all those little award feathers up there.
Yeah. No, it's not porn, something like that. So, anyways, yeah, check it out. Check out. That's one way to promote your films, to compare it to porn, even though it's not.
Yeah. I don't think I've done a porn yet. I don't know. There's always, and tune in on Friday. Maybe. Or even tonight. You know, I'm going to promote this. In like 2 hours is going to be maybe my last time on Cast Off, because I'm going up against Valerie for the Muppets.
And when does Cast Off? When's that released?
Well, it's going to be live
It's
tonight.
live. Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time this airs,
it's live.
so by the time this comes out, go back and watch the live of Cast Off with Patrick.
You know what? Fuck it.
and-
I'm going to tell you all my picks, and you tell me if you think this is going to win. Because this was tough as shit. This was very difficult.
Okay, we should do a betting pool.
Oh, shit. Is it gone already? Damn. I kind of remember it. There's already a bracket that you can join for it.
Is there a bracket?
Yeah, there's a bracket, and people can vote on you or whoever you want to be involved. Let me go to my goddamn list. Let's see here.
What's the bracket?
Okay, so here's my list. So this is the Muppets, right?
Yep.
And they made a very specific point that we're not casting voice actors. We're casting real actors embodying the characters.
Okay.
Right? That was a twist that I had to have explained to me 3 times, because I was like, so Mark Ruffalo in a suit? What are we talking about here?
Okay.
So with that in mind, Kermit is played by Steve Martin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Schitt's Creek?
Yes, I have.
Miss Piggy's played by Catherine O'Hara.
I can see that. That's good. Ooh, dude, that's a good one.
Gonzo is played by Andy Samberg. Think Hot Rod.
Okay.
Animal is Daveed Diggs. Picture Hamilton and how great he is at like just having that high energy and shit. It could have been David Grohl. Like I was gonna go for Dave Grohl for it, but I don't know. Daveed Diggs, he's blowing up right now. Fozzie Bear, he's a comedian that can't really get his jokes right and is always a little bit awkward. Jim Gaffigan. He's been showing some acting chops, and I think he could do that pretty well. Dr. Teeth is one of the band people. It's going to be Eddie Murphy.
Who's Dr. Teeth?
He kind of looks like a pimp,
Oh,
but
okay.
he's like
Yeah,
the leader
yeah,
of his
yeah.
band.
Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be Eddie Murphy. And then Rolf the dog will be John Mulaney.
I can see that.
But Steve Martin is Kermit, dude. His banjo skills can be put to use in such a great way. Rainbow Connection? Holy shit.
Do you think Steve Martin's too old to play Kermit?
Not with Catherine O'Hara as Miss Piggy. It's a perfect match.
I don't know.
It works really well.
That's the only one that doesn't sit well.
Dye his hair then.
You can't just dye Steve Martin's hair.
What if I'm talking about a young Steve Martin and a young Catherine O'Hara? What about that?
So they're gonna fucking CGI it like Leia and
no, in cast off you can kind of like pretend.
Oh, okay.
I got the younger version, something like that. So maybe I'll add that in as a disclaimer. That might help. But either way.
Oh, maybe
yeah, I might be out of this, but this was a tough one, dude. You try casting these fuckers.
What's the movie where Steve Martin has the long nose?
Pinocchio?
No.
I don't know. I'm just picturing like Cheaper by the Dozen, Steve Martin. Like he just works well. Father of the Bride. He would be a really good Kermit.
Roxanne.
And Catherine O'Hara is kind of perfect as Miss Piggy. Like
that's a good pick, dude.
Try to cast a better Miss Piggy.
Dude, I don't know. Watch Valerie blow you out of the water.
That's what I'm saying. Like this was such a tough casting. I genuinely don't know if my picks were great or if they were terrible.
So what happens if you guys have the same?
We have the same picks, they tell us, and then we change it.
Oh, if you guys don't have the same picks?
Guess not. I was really worried that she was going to get the Andy Samberg one because that's my ace in the hole. Like there's no way that people can't pull up a picture of Gonzo doing a stunt and then Hot Rod and not be like, well, that's Gonzo.
I'm looking that up.
You don't know your Muppets.
I don't.
How dare you?
I just know Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Oh my god.
And what's his name?
Fozzie Bear.
No. Oh yeah, I know Fozzie Bear.
Animal.
Cookie Monster. Oscar.
Cookie Monster. Sesame Street. God damn it.
Oh.
See, you wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in this. You wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in this shit. No, I feel good being where I am at this point because I've now won more than anybody else because by default I had to come back later.
Okay.
So I've been on the show longer. Maybe these will be good, but I don't know. It just depends. Valerie has, you know, she has the experience on her side of growing up with the Muppets. I didn't really do that. Not really, but I knew enough.
Are you aging her or are you aging yourself?
I think it's both. It's not meant to be rude. It's just the truth. Like she might know her Muppets better than I do.
Dude, she might have had this figured out since she was a little girl.
That could be it. Could be.
Because like, you know, like when you watch movies
didn't
like
exist
if this
back
was
then,
real.
Neither did Andy Samberg.
Dude, what about Johnny Depp?
No, why? What? No. End the show. This is over. Fuck you.
Well, guys, yeah, one story, one community.
The only way that would work is if he was Kermit and then Amber Heard was Miss Piggy. But that would be really sad and not really nice.
Dude, that's like
wow. Way to bring in domestic abuse in a cast-off plug. Please go watch the show. It's fun.
The Muppets, more like the Poppets. Pop.
Oh, boy.
That's a bad joke. See, I can't be a stand-up comedian.
How about I say that Kermit will be played by Colin Farrell, and at the end, it'll be revealed it was Johnny Depp the whole time.
Is that what happened in that Harry Potter
Fantastic Beasts,
spinoff? Yeah. That's
I
what happens.
think the Catherine O'Hara one, that one's going to get it. I know for sure. Like, that one just feels right.
Dude, what about Dan Levy, though?
I didn't want to do that because that doesn't feel original if you're just ripping off Schitt's Creek.
But, like, they have such a great chemistry.
I don't know that. I haven't watched it. I haven't seen any of Schitt's Creek. I just knew Catherine O'Hara could do well with this. I was thinking her mainly from Orange County. Did you see that movie?
No. Is that Jack Black?
Yeah. And
I have not seen that.
And Colin Hanks.
No, I have not seen that.
Dude, that's a good one. That's a good 90s trash film. You should check it out.
Like that one would play on HBO when it first came out. And like I'd see previews for it like on HBO, but parental blocks blocked it.
Haha. Nice.
So
couldn't outsmart the parental blocks.
No, I figured out how. Dude, that's the thing. Dude, is parental blocks even still a thing?
I don't think.
So I know Netflix
I think
allows
it's just your kid
to,
doesn't have a phone is the parental block.
Is that the parental block? Because like
it's just they don't have technology.
When finding out the password to the remote, like when they'd enter the password and like you'd watch closely, right? It was like the most satisfying thing when they'd all go to bed and you'd sneak out like in your bedroom and keep trying it. And when you get it, you're like, yes.
Nice.
Like you
and
feel
they're
like
that fucker got it and have to change the code.
So I don't know if kids nowadays know that like how
I'm sure
that was.
Well, like try to get access to any phone. You need a passcode. Like passcodes still exist. Everyone's trying them.
Yeah, but
that's why I'm not having a kid, because this seems like a lot of work that doesn't seem like a lot of payoff.
You gotta watch them grow.
I gotta watch my phone from this kid that just wants to jerk off. The hell is my life right now? And I have to pay for his college?
You don't have to do any of that, sir.
I know. It's great.
Like, no, I mean, like, even like,
I'm the pandemic cure.
as the parent, you could just be like, yeah, I'm not paying for college.
If you want to be a
like,
shit parent, but I don't want to go down that road either.
I don't think it's a shit parent. I mean, like, some parents can't afford it, you know?
It's a shit parent.
No, shit parent would be like not telling them until they were 18. But if you warn them beforehand, like 16 or 14 or whenever, when they can get a job, then like, yeah, start saving up, kiddo.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I had a scholarship, so I can't say.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, hey Patrick, thanks for coming back on and doing this last second because I needed an episode for this week.
For sure. Hey, congrats on the podcast and on what we're gonna do this weekend and showing your film. And I'm excited to see what we're gonna do then, and definitely on Friday with all our weird shit.
Yeah. So
you realize that our last episode will be the week. If we were to do the last episode of the year, it would be, I think, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve? Why Christmas Eve? Why not New Year's?
Because that would be a Friday. If we were to do it. So we're going to have to do like the week before and then just take that week off. And then we'll start the next season.
Oh, you could do seasonal, huh?
Yep. It'll be season 2 in 2021.
New Year's is a Friday, just so you know.
It'll kick off in a good way.
I've
look at the Google Doc, man. Look how many dates I've put up. I know all of the shit. I got it all through the year.
Okay, what are we talking about on Friday?
I don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Well,
I don't know until the day where I go, oh shit, I've got to figure out what we're going to talk about.
Are we going to talk about Mulan and how bullshit Disney is?
We'll probably bring up the story. Yeah. I kind of wanted to talk about the actors that are always in the background, but always deliver in every movie, like your Alan Tudyk's or your.
I love Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, I think everybody knows of an actor that brings that to the table. Or I was a little titillated with the idea of doing genre episodes where we do an action episode and then we do a comedy episode and then talk about our favorite genre films, things like that.
I can vibe with that. Dude, you know who else would be a good one? Michael Shannon.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot more spotlight stuff lately, though.
Yeah, but like he brings a good background.
Michael Stuhlbarg is always good in everything he does.
Michael Sheen's pretty good in everything he does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot. But they're not known because they do their job so well being in the back. Or females? Even Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, but he's already been Oscar.
He got big, but he's like the Green Mile, all that shit.
Dude, okay, we need to like focus on like the female aspect of it though, because I could think of more males and females, and I think it'd be a fun challenge to see if we could actually do females.
Mm-hmm. The problem with that is, sadly, Hollywood has deemed every female role a back role. So
Shots fired.
Hollywood dealed that. I
Fuck
didn't.
you, Hollywood.
I didn't.
Nah. No, that sounds fun though. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like you always have something fun planned where it's like, oh, like the pitch fest that we had to do with Batman
Oh,
Begins.
pitch slap. Yeah, I got to come up with more of those.
Yeah.
Or a cameo.
Or cameo, yeah.
Fun.
I have that downloaded on my computer. Fun fact.
You can't look up the prices. That's cheating.
No, not that. Like, hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up.
There's a lot of 90-day people on Cameo. I'll say that much. A lot of 90-day people.
Is it this? Yeah, this thing that you did. The Crash
nice.
Boss. See?
It's good.
I had it downloaded because I don't know
I
why
even put in a Real
it.
Housewife. You didn't even know it.
I did not even know it.
See? They've been involved. You had no idea.
See, everybody listening to this right now, you're missing out on some good times with Gaggle of Geeks.
Yeah.
Patrick Beatty.
Why don't we have as many views as this? Because we're newer. Who else is in here?
What?
Sharon Needles from RuPaul. There's so many people. Sean Astin.
Oh,
dude. Let's see. Oh my God. There's just too many.
Sean Bean.
No freaking way. You know what? I'm looking at. I need to get off because I'm now looking at the Cameo list and I want to do a full 90-day episode. But I have no idea. Everyone is on it. Every single person from that show is on it. Even the people that should be in prison right now are on Cameo doing their shit.
Like who's that?
God.
Who's the fat
I'm never fucking going to pay $50 for Colty. Never.
Who's the fat penguin looking dude?
Asuelu's in it. $60 Asuelu? You're going to give that all to your family? My God. Sorry, what?
The fat penguin dude.
Oh, Big Ed. Yeah, he's in it. And he's the most expensive, it looks like. But I can't tell you the price because I'm
excited, dude. Dude, do it. I'll let you go so you can do this for Friday.
Yeah, but none of you know it, so it'll be very frustrating. It'll be like when we tried to do the Office cameos with people that had no idea.
Okay, well,
the Office people were, which shocked me.
Okay, if you want to do some homework, so here's a fun project for you. Okay, I don't know how much you want to invest in this.
Don't give me homework. I'm the guest. I'll give you homework.
Like, what if you're gonna go through with this? Like, what if you also include like a small video clip that showcases like who this person is, and we have to base it off that video clip you show us?
That might work. Sorry, man. I'm now just distracted by these people and the balls on them no. Okay, so Big Ed is not the most expensive, and of fucking course Larissa's the most expensive. And Paul, oh my God. All right. I'd like to get a video of Paul, and I want him to explain himself. I'll say that much. Creep. He's a hoarder, dude. He's got sandwiches all over his car.
That's disgusting.
Sicko. But Larissa, my goodness. And she didn't even take an actual picture of herself. She just took a picture of her TV on the show where she's in it. That's so funny. What a turd. That's great.
Yeah, I won't look it up. If you're going to actually do it, I won't look any of that up.
I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I'm satisfied with what I'm looking at.
Okay.
And I'm now distracting from the show, so we should probably wrap. I don't know.
All right.
I've shown all of my weirdness cards, man.
No, you're good.
We didn't talk once about Batman.
Which one?
It was all about Real Housewives and Potomac and shit.
You want to talk about Batman? You want to talk about Batman?
I don't want to. I talked about what I would like to talk about.
Okay. Yeah.
God. See you on Friday and Saturday.
Okay, plug yourself. Where can people find you?
Gaggle of Geeks, PatrickBeattyReviews.com. We put out shit and you guys can check it out. And, you know, the more we keep doing weird things, the more you'll probably find us on different stuff. Check out the film festival this weekend. I'm sure it'll be fun. And that's it.
Yeah. So this will come out the same time as Gaggle of Geeks, the same day, I should say. So by the time this airs, Patrick might be dead. He might have lost.
Or maybe I'm the champion.
Muppet
what
thing.
if it does work out?
So check out that episode, and it's called Cast Off, correct?
Yep.
Cast Off to see his results. It'd be kind of cool if people made a betting pool, but they're not going to make a betting pool because this is after the fact. But anyway, yeah, I wish you best of luck on that, dude.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, I'm excited to see you on Friday, and we'll keep plugging away at stuff.
But I have to say, I think Valerie's I think she might have you beat.
My own co-host isn't with me on this. What's going to happen on Friday when
I've won? Me on Star Wars.
What's going to happen when I've won and I come back on Friday and I have a grudge because no one was on my side? Not even my co-host.
Then have a grudge. I said I wish you the best of luck, but like you're up against some serious competition, dude. Like Valerie knows her shit.
I've been against her once. I already know that I know the routine with it. So maybe I'm just saying. She tried to get me out at the first round. She did.
Was it close?
It was very close. Craig had insisted if I didn't choose the picks that I knew were dumb picks that I wanted just for the fun factor, I would have won. Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger would be a great Thor and Loki, but maybe shouldn't have been for the competitive side of me. I probably would have gone a little better with that. And that's where I think I went with the Muppets. I think we're good with them. No pick is stupid. They're all thought out and crafted carefully.
I think Catherine O'Hara is a good choice for Miss Piggy, though.
You don't like Andy Samberg as Gonzo?
I do. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I was actually imagining.
How about you watch the show and you hear my arguments about it, huh?
I will tune in. I will tune in.
Cool, man.
Just send me the link before.
Okay. Sweet. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Follow the podcast. Follow me, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check out my new photo. Check out Patrick on Letterboxd. Thanks for following me on that, by the way, finally. Check out Gaggle Geeks. Check out everything.
Yes.
Everything in between. And yeah. Anyway, yep. 90 day, one story, one community, Saturday, Sunday. And Gaggle Geeks Friday. Dude, that's a full weekend. That's a whole weekend of fucking fun right there.
Yep.
God damn.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Patrick, thank you.
Yeah.